That's what I'm talking about. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. That's what I'm talking about.
We're not going to win this community. Let me say, and that was not correct. Let me just say, Commissioner Steptoe was not right to say that, okay? Wait a minute. Commissioner Steptoe was not right to say that. Let me just say to you, I'm old enough that right is right and wrong is wrong. I don't care if you're my mama or you're my child. If you're right, you're right, and you're wrong, you're wrong. But let me just say, we've spent tonight, the last 45 minutes, that we could have taken this time right now. You see, I can't deal with folks out there because every one of us in this commission right here, we have 12,000 people, okay? 12,000 people is what we represent. 2,700, some 27 apiece, okay? That's who voted for us, or voted for somebody in our commission. We've spent this time tonight, and I asked for community concern for a reason. I wanted, and when you came up with that, I just knew you were going to come with something. But you see, what we continue to do is point fingers. And let me just say, and I'm just saying to you, if there is something that we can do, if there is something that we can do, I would rather for us to take this next half an hour to talk about healing, because we all going to live in this community. We're all going to live, Briggs, I'll get you in a few minutes, baby. We're all going to live in this community forever. Whether that cafe comes or doesn't come, it really is not important. But what is important to me is the fact that you've said tonight, what I think happened was what you all felt Commissioner Steptoe did, and it was directed to the fact that you felt that she was being disrespectful. Now, if that is the case, then what we have to do now is that we have to realize that none of us should be disrespectful to each other, no matter what it is. I don't care whether you're on the right side or the wrong side, whether you agree with it or don't agree with it. The fact is that all of us, but let me just tell you about how ANCs are set up. They are set up in single-member districts. I cannot go in 504 and say anything. I am not anything in 504. I don't want her to come in 5B01. We're very peaceful. It's a residential community, no development, nothing. We just, okay? There will never be in the restaurants, I hope. Never, never, never be in the restaurants, anything else. So I mean, that's how I live. So I'm just happy over there. I stay over there. I'm fine. I don't ever come over there. I don't come. But I'm only saying to you, I think tonight, what I would like for us to do out of this room tonight, we know there are people who are for it, and we know there are people who are against it. Now, it doesn't change anything by being mad for those who are for it and those who are against it. It doesn't change anything. I mean, you filed your suit. We got it from OAG. We're meeting with her about that. The district represents us. That's who we are. We represent the district. The district represents us. Whatever OAG tells us to do, we've already done that, okay? So I'm only saying that makes sense. And you had a right to do that, and there's nothing wrong with that. That is our right. And I would not say it's wrong for anybody to do that. So you haven't done anything wrong. You exercise your right, and that's okay. But if that is the case, huh?
I said, yes, ma'am, I'm well aware.
No, I know that. But wait a minute, if you didn't aware of it, then I'm surprised you went on and did it. But since you're aware of it, I know it's why you did it. But I'm only saying, see, that's how we go. You do the same thing Steptoe just did. Okay, you did the same thing. Wait a minute, stop.
No, I want to say something. Let me just tell you, all of the ones who were offended by my comment, I just really think it's the most interesting thing that I am expected to be attacked and assaulted in mass, mob appeal, and then when I say something in response, everyone is so aghast and offended. Oh my God, I can't believe she said that. Well, I'm sorry. I am not going to, the President of the United States doesn't do it. The Mayor of the District of Columbia doesn't do it. No senator or congressman in this country allows any constituent, any human being, to speak in a contentious, hostile manner without something being said in response. I did not physically attack you, nor did I verbally attack you. When you said what you said, same way when Ms. Goldsmith said what she said, and when Tom Briggs said what he said, I responded. period.
In a sarcastic
Now,
and nasty
no,
manner.
let me just say this. Now,
And we expect
no,
more
no.
from elected
Well, let me
officials.
just say this. If
That's-
you expect more, that door
And
swings
that's
both
the
ways.
underlying issue right
Well,
there.
I'm sorry if you think I'm going to be your whipping girl. That's not going to
No one
happen.
asked you to be our
But
whipping
you know,
girl.
I won't
No one
be.
asked you to
Okay,
do
but
that.
I won't
going
be.
forward.
Sure.
It's about healing.
Hold on one second, let him finish.
What I would like to ask,
Yes.
in an effort of healing and moving forward, this is not the first, and this certainly is not the last business interest that has expressed an interest in coming into our community. What I would like to see is if the commission is willing to take a pledge to work more closely and better with the community, to be more respectful of the constituents, to both hold meetings and see them through. These are contentious issues, and the meetings will become contentious. I applaud all of you, and I thank all of you for taking on a job that is unpaid, it's volunteer, it oftentimes may feel like you against a mob, and I get that. And you do an exemplary job. But on very tough issues, it takes very tough leadership. And that does not mean, in my own humble opinion only, disrespectful, flippant remarks. Order has to come on both sides of the table. Additionally, all we want, and what I'm asking to go forward with, is a commitment and a pledge by this ANC to work more closely with the community, less behind closed doors, and communicate with us and help us resolve problems. It shouldn't take an individual citizen to take it upon himself to work with the neighborhood and those most affected to get an agreement. We expect that of the ANC. When we didn't see that happen, that is when we became disgruntled. That's when we lost some respect for this body. All we ask is the process. We ask that you try. I don't care which side of the argument you come down on. Everybody has a personal opinion and a vote. I ask that you try and you see it through. That's it.
And
I look forward to seeing everyone on August
No, and I
15th.
agree
You can
with
see
you.
the process.
Commissioner, Mr. Briggs.
Thank you.
Good
Thank you,
evening.
and I agree with that. Yes, sir.
Commissioner Steptoe, in the spirit of healing,
Mr. Bridge.
I sincerely apologize for interrupting you twice during the meeting that was held here. It was rude of me, and it derailed the process. And for that, I apologize to you, I apologize to the neighbors, and I promise that I will not speak out of turn in public meetings in the future, and I will wait for recognition from the chairperson or the meeting director at any future meeting.
And
Because
Briggs, I thank
I
you
would
because
expect
that
that
is
of
your
Mike.
spirit, and
I do want this to be a better process. We are owed a better process. Some of that's on our shoulders. Some of that's on yours.
And it is, and I thank you, Briggs, for that, because let me just say to you, and I sat at this table, on this end down here, that side. Okay? I sat on that table, I didn't open my mouth, what my meeting was 504 meeting. And I thank Briggs for what he said. But let me just say something to you. If you start attacking someone, and what Commissioner Steptoe tried to do 4 times was to tell you all what they weren't saying and what they had sent out to you all. She said 4 times she tried to tell you about the numbers CC were going to have, the time they want to have it, because she already had the paper that said something different than what they were sitting here saying. Now everybody kept coming up, I don't want to hear that, I don't want to do that. Wait a minute, I heard it very clearly from starting with the 4 men that were up front here. They came into you all, and I'm going to say this to them again, I didn't think they were very honest. From what I read and what they were saying in this room that day, I didn't think it was very honest. And if you've gotten Arba's report of what they said, if you were in this room that day and you read what they say now, that they finalized with Arba, is what she was saying to you that day in this room. Now, from 7 o'clock in the morning to 3 and 4 o'clock at night, in a neighborhood, 7 days a week, that is crazy. Now, whether you all, let me tell you, I don't care. I don't live over there. I'm just saying. That's what the neighbors said. So I'm only saying, but they didn't say that day in this meeting. They did not say that day in this meeting. So we're finished with that. I mean, honestly, I just want us, let me just say, I believe about healing. Healing starts with yourself. And as long as you have attitude, you'll feel everybody else has attitude. But if you stop having an attitude, I guarantee you, if you feel like somebody doesn't have attitude with you, and you don't have attitude with them, they can say the same thing to you. If your best friend say, da da da, this old man shut up, da da. But if somebody you feel don't like you or don't respect you, say that in another manner kind of way, you'll feel disrespectful. So I just want us, I think what we've done tonight, I really and truly hope tonight what we have done, and just by being able to say what we need to say. I think a lot of times just seeing what you have to say can get it out. I've talked to these two on the phone, we put good time on the phone. And I feel they're two very nice young couple in the community. And I don't have anything, I can go to clubs, so I don't have anything against a club, a bar, a restaurant, whatever it might be. That is not my point. I don't think any of you all do. That's not what I think. But I think you all got on the principle, and you felt like the principle wasn't going the way you felt it should go. I'm saying I think. Okay? Hold on, let's show me.